Hi, my name is Tangela Lippett Bradley. My son's name is Harvey Gamble Jr. He was killed right here in Orlando on Arlington Street. Our Orlando task force team. He was shot in the back of the church's studio. He was cleaning up for the pastor. They said he had a gun in his hand, but which he had a broom. They said he had a gun in his hand, which he had a broom. They, they shot him through the window of the back of the church's studio. Grand jury criticized them, but nothing happened. Nothing even happened. They found supposedly 3 stolen guns in the church studio, but it was 8 kids in there. None of them fingerprints is on there. And anybody knows if a child see a gun, they're gonna pick it up and look at it. And it was a couple of adults in there, and they would have moved it. They wouldn't have just had no gun sitting on the couch, 2 of them, where everybody could see them. Come on, that don't make any sense. They said that they sent a reliable confidential informant inside the church, and he purchased 1 pound of marijuana, and it was 10 more pounds in there. But yet we still looking for the 1 pound. We still looking for the 10 pounds. But yet nothing happened to the officer who killed my son. Nothing. I mean, nothing. He's still walking around. He's still on the police task. He didn't get fired. State Attorney Jeff Ashton said it was excessive force. Well, why did nothing happen if it was excessive force? Grand jury criticized him. Nothing still happened. They said the death of my son should never happen. But guess what? He ain't standing beside me. So it did happen. And nothing else is happening. Because they swept it up under the rug and said, guess what? It's another colored man gone. He was only 19 years old. He just graduated from Oak Ridge High School. He got killed on the 16th, and on the 22nd, he would have been out of here for college. But yeah, I can't walk him down the aisle and give him away. I can't even say I can get a grandbaby from him. Because guess what? He's gone. And he can't come back. So we are trying to have the officer tried and committed. Can y'all go to www.change.org, Justice for Carters. Justice, JUSTICEFORKARVAS. We want them in jail because Cordero Wilson, he was coming out the church door. He was a handicapped man. He was paralyzed on the right side, and on the left side, he got bit by a spider. They said he was coming out waving a gun. How in the world he was waving a gun and both of his hands are messed up? He got shot in his leg. It went through one leg and came out the other. He got shot at 3 times, but only one hit him. So we asking for justice for everybody, not only just my son. We asking for everybody. Thank you, guys.
Why this location is significant?
Where it was a church, Garden of Praise Ministry, where my son, Carvis Gamble Jr., he was murdered here. I say murdered. Here 8 years ago, January 2013, January 16, 2013.
Now, who murdered him?
Orlando Police Task Force Team.
So now, how did this happen? What happened?
Well, I was here earlier. It was a Wednesday. I came down here. I received a text from the pastor. She asked, was we coming to Bible study? I said, yes, I'm already here. My son, them said they got the same text from the pastor and asked them to clean up. So they was cleaning up. One side is the church. The back side was the studio. They was cleaning up, getting ready for Bible study when the police just called themselves, instead of opening the door, coming in, because the door is always open. It's open to anybody. We never kept it locked or anything. The pastor never kept it locked because there was so many kids that come in here and they needed help. She would help them out with different stuff. Some of them didn't have a place to stay. They could have stayed in the studio long. They were respectable. They cleaned up. They did what she asked. So one of the young men at the door was sitting down when the police came. The police put a bullet, well, not a bullet, my bad, a gun to his head and told him shut up and drug him to the side. In the back of the studio, my son was cleaning up with the broom in his hand. They had the music on. If it's nighttime, you can't see on the outside, so they never seen anybody on the outside. He was sweeping, and the police said, he hollered, police, everybody come out with their hands up, but no one never heard that. So as a result, my son sweeping, the police shot my son in the stomach, and he said it was a gun. Nobody in the church knew it was a gun right there. The police said it was a gun laying on the seat where my son was, but nobody never seen the gun but the police. So as a result, my son Carvis, he got killed. Cordero Wilson, he got shot coming out the church's door. They say he came out wagging a gun when he's paralyzed in his right side. He got bit by a spider in his left hand, so his hand is wrapped up. So we trying to figure out how he was waving a gun and he couldn't even hold a gun. My son had a broom in his hand. It was 7 more kids in there. You know, they say...
You had another son who was also here when all this went down?
Yes, that's how I found out that it was Carvis who got shot. My son, Kareem Gamble, he was in there. They was right doing the little thing. They was getting ready for a photo shoot or something he was doing. It was dealing with music, my son, Kareem. And they was writing, you know, their lyrics, what they was going to do and producing the song. And he called me and he said, Mama, my son Carver's nickname is Wooder. He said, Wooder just got shot. I said, how Wooder just got shot? And I just left him down there. He was like, well, Mama, the police is down here shooting us. He was like, I heard the police in the background told him get off the phone. He was like, Mama, he telling me get off the phone. He told him get off the phone before he blow his effing head off. So the phone went blank. I never knew if he got shot or what had happened till I got down here. When I got down here, they had it roped off everywhere. You know, they say 2 was shot. So I'm thinking it was Carvis and Kareem. I never knew it was Cordero who was shot. I knew Carvis had already got shot due to Kareem calling me. But they say it was stolen guns. They put it on 2 of the older guys that was in the church, the studio, but they threw the charges out. But nothing ever happened. You know, nothing ever happened with the police. Nothing ever happened. Jeff Ashton said it was excessive force.
Now, Jeff Ashton was the state attorney at that time, the prosecutor?
Yes, he was the prosecutor at the time. He said it was excessive force. He sent it to grand jury. Grand jury criticized them of being down here.
So that's kind of unusual for the grand jury to actually write a report criticizing the police.
Yes, it was bluntly, they said there was bad acting, you know, and the death of my son Carver should have never happened. You know, they went down there independent of their arm. The police was in jeopardy, and so were the people. But nothing ever happened to the officers. All 8 of the officers who came down here, they didn't even have a search warrant. You know, if it was drugs or whatever y'all was looking for in here, we still waiting on to find it. You said it was 10 pounds of marijuana, we still waiting on the 10 pound of marijuana. You said you found, well, you sent a reliable confidential informant in here with 1 pound. Yet we don't even know who the confidential informant is. We still haven't seen the 1 pound of marijuana. So we just saying that it's a mostly white neighborhood down here. I think it was racist. I think it really was racist because they trying to relate what happened 10 miles ago to here. I guess them boys, they tried the same thing with them boys down the road. Them boys wasn't having, they shot back. This is not what was happening 10 miles down the road. This is a church and a studio. The lady was helping kids, people. You know, it was an impact on the kids and stuff when my son got killed. It wasn't just no normal child. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's life mattered. Don't get me wrong. Normal, like, he was going to be somebody. He had a scholarship. You know, everybody loved him. He was my heart, his brother heart. It tore us apart. You know, our family no longer the same. It's so hard out here. When you lose a family, you lose your life sometimes. I almost lost mine due to the death of my son. My kids, mine, especially Kareem, is never the same. He always thinks someone after him.
I mean, how is it? I know you kind of do memorials down here. How does it make you feel to be here?
Well, as you can tell, I'm kind of nervous. It's like, not saying I'm intimidated. You know, I just can't, I don't know, I can't get my words out down here. You know, I'm nervous.
I guess you kind of feel his spirit though here, because this is the last place he was alive.
Yeah, but it just make me more nervous. I don't know if it's nervous, anxious, but it seems like the words are not coming out right.
So now, what do you want this? So this happened. What year did this happen again?
2013, January 2013.
And this is 8 years later. So you still have not gotten
no justice, no nothing. You know, the police.
Did the police ever explain to you?
No. We sat down with the new. At the time, it wasn't Meaner. I didn't meet the one who was leaving. I can't think. I think it's Rooney. I didn't meet Rooney. Meaner was just coming in. I just met him. He was like, well, he just sorry for what happened, you know, do what I have to do. But it still wasn't an explanation why my son got killed.
And they said they were down here supposedly investigating marijuana.
It was a knock and talk.
So they had no warrants. In other words, they didn't have enough evidence or information to go to a judge and get a warrant.
Correct.
They were just going to knock. So knock and talk is where they kind of knock on the door and ask if they can come in to talk to you, and then see what they see and then decide what they're going to do from there.
Yes, but they didn't do it that way. That's what it's supposed to have happened, because like I said, it was a young man sitting on the porch writing his lyrics in his phone when they walked up. If you wanted to talk to that young man, instead of putting a gun to his head, you know what I'm saying, laying him down, that's not knocking and talking. That's harassing somebody. That's intimidating that young man. I haven't seen that young man number one time since that accident. I can't tell if he's living or dead.
So at this point, what is it that you want to happen?
I want, you know, people to sign my petition to reopen the case and have the officer tried. You know, he did the crime, he do the time. If it was one of us who shot a police officer, we wouldn't have to do no petitions or nothing. Their family won't have to do no petition. Their family won't have to do no stories like this here. It'd have been done and over with. So I'm asking everybody to get out and sign my petition, you know, to reopen his case and have the officer tried and convicted.